everyone, this is Debbie from Debbie Alley's Project 39. I was working on cleaning up some leftover paper from a project I made today, and as I was doing it I was watching Beth's from Bourbon Creek Crafts Smash Your Stash series, and there were several people smashing their stash, and it inspired me to use up everything I had from the stash. Now, I'm not going to go through this mini album because I have a video coming up going through it in detail because it's an involved mini album. But I had paper left over and I wanted to use it. In fact, I had paper from two 12 by 12 pads and the 8 by 8 pad and the ephemera that comes with this collection, which is Well Groomed. And I cheated, sorta, in that I had a mini album in my stash already completed, but you know what? Why not use it if I have it completed but empty? So I made this mini album. It's 7 by 7, and this works really well because I had some 12 by 12 pieces left over, and that's great because you can cut those into 6 by 6, and that gives me a lot of paper to use. I'm not sure which cover I want. Do we like the best in show? Or do we like my favorite people have paws? I'm stuck on that. But anyhow, it's real simple because, again, I was just trying to use up paper I had in my stash. Here's the front inside cover. This was a cut apart I backed on cardstock. This is open on the bottom so you still can put in paper. I do have some photo mats inside the pocket pages. I did use some of the leftover ephemera cards. I think what took me the longest is putting the magnets on, really. I mean, you can tell it's very simple. I did not do a lot of embellishing. I just made it pretty simple. The other mini album has a ton of embellishing, so I think I wanted to do something very simple, and that's why this one is the way it is. So again, very easy. You can just add your photos in there. You can put them on photo mats or leave them blank. And it used up a lot of the bigger paper scraps that I had left over from this collection. And I probably could put a sticker on the back. And here we are again, trying to decide how I want that. So that used up a lot of the bigger pieces of paper. Then I had, in the paper pad, there was one sheet that had 12 different cut-aparts on it, and they were all these adorable dogs and cats. So I decided to make a mini album for cats and a mini album for dogs. These I didn't have in my stash, so I had to make them really quickly. But what I did is I used the covers of the paper pads, layered it up 3 layers thick, and used that as my chipboard. So anyhow, it's just got a couple of pages. I mean, isn't that adorable? So I was going to put some sayings in here and send to my mother-in-law who has 3 cats. And I'm sure she would get a kick out of these images. And I still may. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Sometimes I like making these mini albums for if somebody were to buy one of my larger mini albums on my Etsy shop. I would send them this as a little gift. I know there's questions on whether or not you should do that, but I do. People shop my Etsy shop. I like to send them something. Anyhow, this is the dog one. They are pretty cute pictures also. I mean, aren't they adorable? So, like I said, I had one piece of the 12 by 12 left over with these images, and I just cut them out. They had little dog paws in the corner, and I had to take a corner rounder and round all of them and ink the edges so you couldn't see. I mean, they have such personality. But that's graphic 45 for you. So, not only did I use the paper and the cut-aparts, but I used chipboard, well, not chipboard, but the cover, the paper, the cardboard covers. So I got those. Now this, I did have this in my stash, but but I sort of like it. So here's the cover. It's got the dog. It's layered up, BFF. Inside this part, there is a couple of cards, and there's some plain paper and some extra pieces of the cardstock so you can make cards out of what's left over. Over Christmas, there were some neighborhood kids that I hadn't met and had an opportunity to get to meet, and I made a cute little, just a quick mini album that had some crayons in it and just leftover scraps. And later on, the mom pulled me aside and said, that was the best gift ever. She has been playing with that all the time. So there were stickers left over from that collection, and I just cut them out. I peel off the surrounding part of the stickers. For instance, I don't know if I can do it here. Like what's around the stickers. So that way, when little kids are trying to peel off the stickers, it makes it easier for them. So I usually do that. So anyhow, that's what to do with all the stickers. You know, sometimes you don't use the stickers, and I had the ephemera that came with this collection. So I had enough things to use to embellish with. And I didn't need all those stickers. And two, the stickers are shiny where the rest of the collection and the embellishments are all matte. I'm not going to take all these out, but I cut some of the cut aparts from the collection. And just, if I was going to give this as a gift for a kid to make cards, they can use this and glue on to just some cardstock. So, and then that doesn't go to waste. You know, kids like all these little stuff. We like all these little stuff as adults. So you know kids would. I mean, could you see that? Putting that in something. And then there were some bigger pieces of cardstock that I just cut down. Well, actually it was already cut down, but I just put it in that little envelope. And then I had just a little notebook, and I just covered it with some extra paper. You know, again, kids like to sit and write and doodle and all that. And I put that in a pocket in the back here. And that just makes a cute little busy book. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. But anyhow, I don't have anything left. I mean, I have a couple of little pieces. And I could put it in here, but I think there was enough to keep everybody busy here. And not only did I use my stash of paper, but I got rid of the covers of the paper collection too. So I just decided to join along and use everything I had so I could make a quick video and do a quick smash your stash. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and see. I try to use up all of the paper all of the time, so I don't put anything back in my stash as far as paper. Doesn't mean I'll use all the ephemera. That's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.